Have you ever found yourself stuck in a loop of thoughts that never seem to end, constantly replaying past events or worrying about future possibilities? Overthinking is a mental trap that can drain our energy, rob us of peace, and prevent us from living in the moment. It's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of thoughts, and before you know it, you're analyzing every word of a conversation from 3 days ago or panicking about something that might happen next week. Overthinking is like quicksand. The more you struggle with it, the deeper you sink. This is where Stoicism, an ancient school of philosophy, offers a powerful lifeline. Stoicism teaches us how to navigate life's uncertainties and embrace mental clarity by focusing on what is within our control. The beauty of Stoicism lies in its simplicity. It doesn't require you to escape to a monastery or retreat from life. Instead, it provides practical tools to approach daily challenges with a clear, focused mind. In a world filled with distractions and mental clutter, Stoicism serves as a reminder that we can learn to let go of unnecessary thoughts and live with intention. If you find value in our journey, please hit the subscribe button and watch until the end. You're different from the majority. Consider yourself an exception. In this deep dive, we'll explore 5 key Stoic lessons that can transform the way you think and live. These lessons are not just philosophical musings. They are practical, actionable strategies that can help you break free from the cycle of overthinking and cultivate a calmer, more present state of mind. From embracing imperfection to detaching from outcomes, Stoicism offers timeless wisdom for modern problems. Let's embark on this journey to stop overthinking and start living more mindfully. So, join me as we embark on your Stoic journey with Stoic Control, where timeless truths meet everyday life. The trap of overthinking, yesterday and tomorrow. Overthinking often traps us in 2 distinct yet equally damaging mental spaces, yesterday and tomorrow. We find ourselves replaying past mistakes, conversations, or decisions, imagining all the things we could have done differently. This constant revisiting of the past creates a sense of regret and guilt, pulling us away from the present moment. On the other hand, when we're not lost in the past, we project ourselves into the future, worrying about things that may never happen. Whether it's a looming deadline or a vague sense of anxiety, worrying about the future keeps us in a state of anticipation, robbing us of peace. Stoicism teaches us that neither the past nor the future is within our control. What we have is the present moment. According to the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This simple yet profound idea reminds us that by constantly dwelling on things we cannot change or control, we lose sight of what truly matters, how we choose to act in the present. Overthinking serves no purpose other than to exhaust our mental energy and distract us from taking meaningful action. To break free from the cycle of overthinking, it's crucial to recognize when your thoughts are spiraling into the past or future and gently guide them back to the present. This doesn't mean ignoring your responsibilities or pretending your past doesn't matter. Instead, it means acknowledging those thoughts without letting them take over. By practicing mindfulness and focusing on what you can control right now, you can reduce the mental clutter and start living more fully in the present moment. Lesson 1. Embrace imperfection. One of the most freeing lessons Stoicism teaches is the importance of embracing imperfection. In a world that often pushes us to be perfect, whether in our work, relationships, or personal growth, it's no wonder so many of us are paralyzed by overthinking. We constantly question whether we're doing enough, saying the right things, or making the right decisions. This obsession with perfection can lead to analysis paralysis, where fear of making a mistake prevents us from acting at all. The Stoics, however, remind us that perfection is not only impossible, but also unnecessary for a meaningful life. The Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote, "The wise man is content with what he has, no matter how imperfect." Imperfections, both in ourselves and in the world around us, are a natural part of life. Instead of fixating on how things should be, Stoicism encourages us to accept things as they are. This doesn't mean we should settle for mediocrity or stop striving for growth, but rather that we should not let the fear of imperfection prevent us from moving forward. By accepting that mistakes are part of the process, we free ourselves from the crippling pressure to be flawless. In practical terms, embracing imperfection means acknowledging that your thoughts, actions, and outcomes will never be perfect, and that's okay. When you stop demanding perfection from yourself, you create space for growth, progress, and creativity. Overthinking often stems from an unrealistic desire to control every detail of life, but by accepting imperfection, you can break this cycle and take action with confidence, knowing that mistakes are a necessary part of the journey. Lesson 2. Detaching from outcomes. Another key Stoic principle that can help break the cycle of overthinking is the idea of detaching from outcomes. Overthinkers often find themselves trapped in a loop of worrying about what might happen, whether their efforts will lead to success, whether their words will be well received, or whether their decisions will lead to the desired results. This kind of thinking shifts our focus away from the process and places it solely on the outcome, which is often out of our control. The Stoics teach us that while we can control our actions, we cannot control the results. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic thinkers, emphasized this point when he said, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." This mindset is liberating because it allows us to focus on what we can actually influence, our efforts, intentions, and reactions, while letting go of what we cannot. By detaching from the outcome, we can approach life with greater peace and clarity, knowing that we've done our part. The anxiety that comes from overthinking often stems from trying to control outcomes that are beyond our reach. Practicing detachment from outcomes doesn't mean we should be indifferent to results or stop caring about success. Instead, it means we should invest our energy in the present moment and the actions we take, rather than worrying about what will come of them. This shift in perspective allows us to act more freely and with less mental burden, making it easier to navigate life's uncertainties without becoming overwhelmed by the what-ifs. Lesson 3. The power of action over thought. One of the most effective ways to combat overthinking is to prioritize action over thought. Overthinkers often get stuck in their heads, cycling through different scenarios, analyzing every possible outcome, and contemplating the best course of action without ever actually making a move. While reflection and planning are valuable, they become counterproductive when they prevent us from acting. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of taking decisive, deliberate action as a means of breaking free from the mental paralysis that comes with overthinking. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, often wrote about the necessity of action. In his meditations, he stated, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This quote highlights the Stoic belief that while thinking and planning are important, it is action that defines us. The more time we spend trapped in our thoughts, the less time we have to actually live. By shifting our focus from endless contemplation to purposeful action, we can overcome the mental blocks that keep us from moving forward. In practice, this means recognizing when your thoughts have become unproductive and choosing to act instead. Even small, simple actions can break the cycle of overthinking. Whether it's making a phone call, writing down a plan, or taking the first step toward a goal, action creates momentum. Overthinking thrives on inaction, so the more you act, the less power your thoughts have over you. By learning to trust yourself and your ability to handle whatever comes, you can take control of your life instead of letting overthinking control you. Lesson 4. Living in the present moment. One of the central teachings of Stoicism is the importance of living in the present moment. Overthinking often pulls us out of the present as our minds become consumed with regrets about the past or fears about the future. This mental tug-of-war keeps us from experiencing life as it unfolds, creating a sense of disconnect from the here and now. The Stoics believed that true peace and fulfillment can only be found in the present because it is the only moment we truly have control over. In his writings, Marcus Aurelius reminds us to confine yourself to the present, This simple yet powerful statement encourages us to focus on what is happening right now, rather than being preoccupied with things that have already passed or might never happen. Living in the present allows us to fully engage with our surroundings, make better decisions, and appreciate the small moments that often get overlooked when we're lost in thought. Overthinking is a form of mental clutter, and by practicing mindfulness, we can clear away that clutter and return to the present. To live more fully in the present, it's important to cultivate awareness of when your mind is drifting to the past or future. This awareness can be developed through practices like meditation, deep breathing, or simply paying closer attention to your immediate surroundings. When you notice yourself overthinking, gently bring your focus back to the present moment. Over time, this practice can help quiet your mind and reduce the mental noise that overthinking creates, allowing you to experience life with greater clarity and calm. Lesson 5. Ancient wisdom for modern problems. Although Stoicism originated over 2,000 years ago, its lessons are incredibly relevant to the modern world. The pressures of today's fast-paced, hyper-connected society can easily lead to overthinking. We are constantly bombarded with information, faced with countless decisions, and expected to juggle multiple responsibilities at once. It's no wonder so many of us feel mentally overwhelmed. Stoicism offers timeless wisdom that can help us navigate these modern challenges with greater clarity and resilience. At its core, Stoicism teaches us how to cultivate inner peace in a world of external chaos. By focusing on what is within our control, embracing imperfection, and letting go of the need for external validation, we can develop a mindset that is better equipped to handle the complexities of modern life. Whether it's the stress of career pressures, personal relationships, or global events, Stoic principles provide a framework for managing our thoughts and emotions more effectively. The ancient Stoics faced their own set of challenges, and their teachings remind us that the human condition, our struggles with fear, uncertainty, and anxiety, has remained largely unchanged over the centuries. The power of Stoicism lies in its practicality. It doesn't require abstract theories or complex rituals. It simply asks us to adopt a mindset of resilience, mindfulness, and intentionality. By applying these ancient lessons to our modern lives, we can learn to navigate challenges with grace, overcome the trap of overthinking, and create a life that is more balanced, purposeful, and fulfilling. Applying Stoicism to overcome overthinking. Overthinking is a common struggle, but it doesn't have to control your life. By applying the lessons of Stoicism, you can break free from the mental spirals that keep you stuck in worry and indecision. Embracing imperfection allows you to take action without the fear of making mistakes. Detaching from outcomes helps you focus on what is within your control, freeing you from the anxiety of uncertainty. Prioritizing action over endless thought keeps you moving forward, while living in the present moment brings peace and clarity to your mind. These Stoic principles are more than just philosophical ideas. They are practical tools for creating a calmer, more intentional life. As you begin to apply them, you'll likely notice a shift in your mindset. You'll become less reactive to external pressures, more focused on what truly matters, and better equipped to handle life's challenges without becoming overwhelmed. Overthinking, once a persistent source of stress, will become something you can recognize and manage with greater ease. If you found value in our journey together, we humbly ask that you express your support by liking and subscribing. Your thoughtful reflections and insights are welcome in the comments below. Share this wisdom with others. And remember that Stoicism teaches us that we have the power to shape our inner world, regardless of what is happening externally. By adopting these life-changing lessons, you can quiet the noise in your mind, stop overthinking, and start living with greater purpose, clarity, and peace. The journey toward a more mindful life begins with a single step. Let Stoicism be your guide.